It's difficult to summarise, but I think we've got actually what I probably call a triple whammy. We've got all kinds of problems. We've got the pollution that everybody's concerned about at the present day, which is coming from storm overflows, it's coming from sewage works, it's coming from agricultural land, bringing in many cases, E. coli, which is a threat to human health. It's bringing in nutrients, which is a threat to ecological health. But we've also got climate change, and climate change has got two major issues in terms of freshwaters. One is the temperature is increasing, and that's a problem for eutrophic waters because higher temperatures encourage the growth of cyanobacteria, used to be called blue-green algae, over other forms of algae. And these are the nuisance algae, some of which in fact have got toxins associated with them. But also higher rainfall that we're seeing, more intense rainfall, and that means that we get more soil erosion and we get more pollutants washed off the land, and we get more storm overflows in combined sewer systems. So you've got pollution, you've got climate change, and then the third one in the triple whammy is that we've also got problems in many of our sites of invasive species. To manage and restore these waters, we've got to be concerned about climate change, we've got to be concerned about invasive species, and we've actually got to control water pollution. So although we've made many strides in the country in terms of improving our rivers from the 1950s and the 1960s, we have lots of problems to face looking forward. I mean, it works on different levels. It works on a kind of community level, clearly, and that's making people get interested in their local environment. But it also works on a scientific level. One thing that's very difficult to do if you're a lone scientist or you're just a PhD student with a couple of technical helpers, you can't really do a lot of sampling at the same time. You can sample day after day after day, but the problem is then that conditions change, the weather changes, and we know that the chemistry, the biology, the bacteriology of running and standing waters in fact changes so much depending on weather. So if you have an army, if you like, really, of enthusiastic citizen scientists, they can all sample pretty much at the same time, and that's what's going on here today. It's a Sunday morning, there are over 100 sites being sampled in the space of 2 hours, and it means that we're sampling in similar weather conditions, similar flow conditions at the same time. And so the data, comparing data from one site to another, are comparable.